Welcome, Jack Charles, to a Victory Monday, albeit a blocked kick Victory Monday, a victory nonetheless.
What do they say in the chat every time? Every time I try to bring logic into it, a win's a win.
That's when I stop talking, because I know I get myself worked up way too many times.
No, listen, you and I are on the same page, bro. This is a win. A win is whatever. Okay, yeah, I get it. At the end of the season or at the end of the day, we're 7-3. That's cool.
Yeah,
but okay, go on. By the way, great opening jam there, man.
Yeah, I talked about that. I was going to mention this off air. We'll mention it now.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, at what point do we stop throwing curveballs at Matt LaFleur and start asking the questions? Is it play calling? Is it confidence? The fourth downs, going for it, that down there towards the end zone, at some point, I think you take the points, and I get it. You want to be...
The moment it happened, the moment it happened, I went, man, that's going to come back to bite us.
Yeah, it's not that I thought it was the worst call ever. It's just like, at some point, it's the Bears, and something bad's going to happen.
The real thing, to me, with you bringing this up, just speaks volumes to our red zone offense. Our red zone offense is terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. And then
it's got to be the worst in the league now. But at the time, we were, at the start of that game, we were 29th in the NFL going up against the number one.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't want to
just take the points in that situation. It doesn't matter what the analytics say. Football tells you to take the points in that situation. And he's still a young coach.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say, but he is. He's still a young coach.
They don't play good coming off the bye. They never have.
No,
and that's the other thing.
He's too friendly.
No, I think that's the problem. Take the foot off the gas.
Yeah, he's too friendly. And as age goes on, and for our head coach and this team, I expect that to be different going down the road. But I guess, do you want to hear the things I'm telling myself out loud when it comes to Jordan Love? Because in the chat, I was pretty pissed. I was fuming.
Yeah, no, I
was
agree.
fuming because that was a mechanic interception. That was terrible.
Yeah, he's yards over Kraft's head.
He threw it. Yeah. He threw it with all of his weight on his back foot, falling backwards. What are you doing?
That's what you do in the video game when you it's supposed to be in the green and you throw it in the red.
I think if he would have thrown the pick sixes as egregiously as he threw that red zone interception, we might be talking about a different player.
Yeah.
But the conversations I have with myself out loud include also Josh Allen, right? Look at the type of year Josh Allen is having this year. And this might very well lead to a Bills-style Super Bowl.
I would say he's got to be a front runner for MVP.
I would argue with no one with that conversation. But now I bring up Josh Allen because what has been the biggest blight on Josh Allen his entire career?
He throws the interception when the game's on the
turnover
line most of the time.
Yeah, turnover heavy. Fumble or interception, turnover heavy. But the organization always had his back.
Right.
And I truly believe we are heading down a road, a Josh Allen / Brett Favre / Jordan Love road. And it's probably, we're going to see a lot of similarities because as Packer fans, we've walked down this path with Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah.
But as football fans, we're seeing it unfold or have been seeing it unfold over the last few years with Josh Allen. So there allows me a bit of comfortability with this. But again, at some point, you just got to sit him down and ask him what the fuck's going through his head. Because you can't tell him anything.
No.
You're not going to tell him anything, for one. You don't want to stir anything inside that mind. And the other thing that kind of let me feel okay with it was the camera immediately went to his face. And I saw anger, not confusion. And I'm like, okay, so he's fucking pissed at himself.
He did something he wasn't supposed to do. He out of character. Yeah.
Because you're looking at for really three faces in that scenario, arguably. You're looking for Johnny Manziel. Every time Johnny Manziel fucked up, his face didn't care.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Well, you don't want Zach Wilson at the Jets either, where
You want to be seeing ghosts?
every time the ball left his hands, his eyes were just fucking wide open. Oh my God. No matter what happened, he's shocked it happened. Whether it was an incompletion, a catch, a touchdown, a fucking interception, the kid's always shocked. So you don't want that either. Me personally, I want anger, right? Because anger doesn't cause confusion in the sense of an athletic ability.
We saw the same thing on the defense when Xavier McKinney had the tablet and he looked at the play and he slammed the tablet to the ground because he was pissed too. He missed the coverage.
Yeah.
Like it was on him. He knew it was on him.
It was really a terrible game by the Green Bay Packers, and we were
defense.
damn lucky. Damn lucky. Because Caleb played well, unexpectedly.
Did the Bears figure out what Caleb can do offensively with that? That might be their game plan going forward.
Or they just listened to our last week's show.
It's entirely possible.
I mean, everything the Bears did was exactly what we said on last week's
Right.
show.
Paul said it. You said
Screen
Mike
passes to
said it.
DJ Moore, quick outs, short, medium throws, run, play, action. That's what they did.
That's what the Bears are known for. That's what they've been successful doing forever.
Yeah. They're still a terrible football team.
It is. It sucks that they got that effort out of that defense and their offense. It's the way with special teams.
So the Vikings had a bye week last week, right? Like not this week that we were just playing.
But you want to know what's wrong with them? It seems like even when they do have those weeks that they should win comfortably, they still, even if it was Tennessee Titans, they were still on their toes at the end of the game. Like we had to make a play at the end of the game.
The refs helped them out tremendously, from my understanding as well. I haven't got to the coverage of that yet, but yeah, it's pretty intense. My reasoning for this too is: are they going to get the pre-buy Sam Darnold, or are they going to get the after-buy Sam Darnold? The after-buy Sam Darnold was actually, he was smart with the ball.
It's starting to look the way that Cousins is playing in Atlanta. They made the right choice by letting Cousins go. Because man, did Atlanta just get smoked by Denver? They got obliterated.
About as bad as me in fantasy this week, which was hilarious.
You know what, though? I figured you were going to have one of these weeks during the year because every other team in the entire league has had one where the team just doesn't do anything. And when you have multiple players on the same team that are elite and one of them is bad and they're tied together, that's what's going to happen.
Well, it did not help that the Ravens didn't hand the ball to Derrick Henry at all.
Oh, God, no. They were behind right off the bat.
Didn't hand the ball off at all.
The thing is, Baltimore is this weird team that's elite that lost to a team that only kicked field goals.
They remind me, like we'll talk about this tomorrow. There's small similarities of that Peyton Manning Denver team that ended up coming up against
Super Bowl basically with a decent defense. Yeah.
No, that lost the Super Bowl with the explosive offense.
Yeah.
To the team with the explosive defense, right? That's what, like, out of the Harbaughs, I have more faith in the West Coast Harbaugh's defense than I do the East Coast Harbaugh's defense, which is...
At some point, we're going to have to start talking about the Chargers. What they're doing is...
It's amazeballs.
Pretty good.
But, so... I'm sorry, where were we?
We're gonna have to talk about their next opponent. We got to start bringing it up. I mean, we have to put this game in the back of our head and be like, we survived.
Before we do that, let's talk about a couple positives from the game. The block punt, that was fantastic.
The running game is still good.
Running game was really good. The offensive line is really starting to come together.
Pass protection was pretty good.
Pass protection was good.
Penalties didn't kill us.
I enjoyed that. Decision making after the interception became much better from Jordan Love. Like, I mean, if he needs to just get kicked in the nuts pregame, like somebody needs to kick him in the nuts pregame, because as soon as he does something idiotic, like it's like this light turns on. We need to get that light turned on when the kickoff ensues, right? Like,
at least they're the Green Bay Packers, not the New Jersey Packers.
Yeah, I like how you brought up a confidence thing, because I do truly believe that it is, and like you can't bust that bubble. You just have to hope he learns from it, and everything in the NFL shows that Jordan Love's caliber of player learns. It's just a matter of how long does it take. Some people, like Peyton Manning, takes a couple years. Some people, like Josh Allen, it takes a few years.
Yeah.
but you continue to see glimpses regardless of the scenario, and that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to hold on to as
You
the
have
fan.
to. You have to. And I think the problem is that we can have a podcast. We can talk about excuse me, we can talk about these things every week, and we try to criticize the things that we think are obviously things that could be fixed from week to week. If this is a confidence thing, like we both agree that it probably is. This is something that LaFleur and him and the teammates, it's a chemistry thing. Maybe they have to get on a different page. Maybe they got to figure it out in practice. I don't know.
It's like Romeo too. Like I've got big questions about Romeo.
There was a big question mark around him. I did not
with his
see him.
Hands. Like,
and the other question mark is Jair Alexander. Another game, 10 plays he played, and he took himself out of the game. At some point, this guy has to be the David Bakhtiari of our defense. I don't want to say that because I love him as a player.
No. We're
When
not
he's there.
talking. We're not talking as a fan. We're talking analytically right now.
When he's there, he's great.
Yeah. He's fantastic. One of the best. But just put him on the fucking IR already.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop. What? It's a distraction, right?
But you're stopping a player that could come in and have maybe a decent amount of experience to let their potential show up. I don't know. It's better to have a healthy guy out there than a guy limping around the field.
I don't disagree with you, but the game before that, I was screaming. Fuck, this is all we got? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
So
we got 10 plays out of him.
We might be up a creek here without a paddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, McKinney can't cover two guys at one time, so we might be in trouble there.
And, God, it's pre-Thanksgiving still.
It is, but it's pre-Thanksgiving. But the sad thing is we are
10 games in.
We're 10 games in. Yeah, we're
so
over the halfway
11
point,
weeks
so.
in. Okay, but the reason I mentioned that is out of just 7-3 football teams. We're talking like the Harbaugh brothers. I think are 7-3.
Yeah, they're 7-3 as well.
There's a handful of teams that are 7-3 right now.
Yeah. Let's go. I'll go over them for you.
Okay. Because
I'll just go ahead. Since I think you want the list anyway. So.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And I think, and I'm comfortable saying this right now, regardless. Green Bay is probably the worst 7-3 football team on the list.
Oh, they are the only 7-3. The rest of them are 7-4. Oh no, the Chargers are 7-3. So the rest are 7-4.
Okay, so I'm not wrong. I like to. I would like to. It's so crazy because I was thinking about this earlier.
Well, because defensively, the Chargers have number one defense in the NFL.
Yeah, points allowed and statistically in a lot.
Yes, we always do the statistics.
And we're about to face what? I don't think we're going to see the other Bosa.
No, I think he's still hurt. But San Francisco is desperate for our win right now, especially with CMC. CMC is not nearly 100%. He's about 70%.
No, I'm watching him. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was.
But even a 70% CMC is very dangerous.
Yeah, it was Kyle Shanahan doing Kyle Shanahan things. It's like CMC shouldn't be playing this.
That team is beat up. Let's talk about them a little bit.
You got to at one point, do the 49ers just go, hey, we've had a great 3 years. Let's get healthy. Because it's terrible, dude. I think Deebo Samuel's probably having the worst season of his career.
Did you see their schedule the rest of the season?
At the 49ers or the Packers? 49ers. Go ahead.
The 49ers. If they lose to Green Bay, their season's basically over. They're at the Bills the following week. They got the Bears, the Rams. Even at that point, if they win 2 out of those 3, they're only 5. They're only 7-6.
Well, and they ain't winning.
They got the Lions.
Dude,
and
that
the
division is hilarious. It's 6-4 Arizona, 5-5 Rams. I think Seattle's there
Seattle's 5-5. Yeah,
5-5 now. And
as terrible as Seattle is,
and then you've got 49. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm
when I had made my point,
I'm only saying that because somebody from the NFC has to be a wild card, Charles. Somebody's got to make it.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. Yeah. It's probably going to be Minnesota and Green Bay, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I would put my money on that if I were.
Minnesota's schedule will allow it, and Green Bay is the better team on paper. They just need to get their heads out of their ass. But yeah. If 49ers lose this game, it would make sense contractually to allow your rookies to get playing time they're not going to get moving forward. In a reality, And hell, this is probably the best case scenario for the organization as well. Think about this.
He's
Like,
been getting banged
well,
up too. And
that's what I'm saying.
Without his offensive line being healthy.
This is more or less Purdy's contract here.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you've done, but I'm not going to give you all of the money if I need money to build a team around you. And
Right.
that's been the biggest blight on Purdy.
Let's be
right?
honest. Let's be honest.
So-
They are
so let's put
quarterback
the-
gurus in San Francisco, so it's almost like they could draft a guy or pick up a guy.
Let's put the feet to the fire is what I'm saying.
let's go for it.
You rest CMC. You
Yeah.
rest Debo.
This
These-
isn't
the-
just the Packer game. This is, I would say, this for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year. This is what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year. Because then you're playing with Jennings, Ricky, of course, whoever else you've got at this point. Oh, Mason in the backfield.
Yeah.
So as an organization, so now I'm giving Purdy the moment to earn his contract.
Show
And
me
I'm-
that it isn't just all of the talent that's around
Right.
you.
And I'm giving these other players the opportunity
shine,
for me
yeah.
to utilize as trade pieces or for them to solidify their place as the number 2.
Oh, I absolutely agree. At some point, they've been beaten up so bad. The crappy
Well, they
thing
played
is
football.
they're 5-5.
They played football into the holiday months, bro, for 3 straight years.
Yeah, they've got to be tired.
Their bodies are getting beat up. It just makes it, regardless of what happens, I
Right.
think if the team that shows up against,
The Bears.
well, no, I can't even listen. Geno Smith just pretty much did what he wanted to against the 49ers.
I talked about this with
Sorry,
with
if
a
Jordan-
coworker.
if
I said
Jordan
we all
Love is-
said it. If the Green Bay team that showed up against the Bears shows up against the 49ers, even a beaten up 49ers team is probably going to wipe the field with them.
Again, I don't.
Because the 49ers are better than the Bears.
Yes,
defensive,
I don't
offensively.
disagree with that.
It's just-
they are missing a handful of pieces, but they're still better. I don't know. That's
It's in
the,
Lambeau.
The only
It's in
reason
Lambeau.
the only reason I'm struggling with this is because of what I just said out loud. Geno Smith did what he wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
If Geno Smith did what he wanted to, and the Packers' defense is better than Seattle's.
Well, let's yeah.
Even the Packers defense that shows up, even the Bears Packers defense that shows up. 'Cause let's be realistic. The Bears didn't put 40 points up. It took them 60
with
minutes
the-
to get to 19.
So what Green Bay is bad at, and they've been bad at for years, is covering the screens and covering the underneath routes. They've been terrible at this for, God, even when they won the Super Bowl, they weren't that great at. It's just a philosophy.
And I'm expecting to
Bend
see
but don't
Jair
break.
Alexander this week. I am. Let's be honest. With the big game coming up against the 49ers, at the time against the Bears, what did it matter?
He's
right?
only
Like, it's-
questionable.
Yeah, I would rather him play 10 plays against the Bears to see how it feels. Rest it out and be
I
ready
really
for
like
the
to see
49ers.
Marshawn Lloyd back on the field. I thought he was coming back this week. He had a good week of practice. No.
Yeah, or our first round draft pick too.
Oh, he's on the IR with Musgrave. Musgrave, another player too that's like they couldn't stay healthy that they drafted. I don't like that either.
Sometimes that happens, man. It's
Yeah.
unlucky. It
is. It's disappointing, but
Yeah, but Tucker Kraft has really come into has really taken the role.
it's
I mean,
giving somebody else an opportunity, like
he's
you
putting-
said, to fill that role and to become
he's
that
getting
player.
bigger too, man. He's getting
Oh, yeah,
bigger.
Kraft's a monster. He's a
Shout out Brooks for that sweet ass block. We also had a couple young guys come in, get hungry, taking over the role for Preston Smith. I loved seeing that.
That
I
was
think
the
that's
guy
gonna
that they
continue.
said that he's supposed to help Gary with the pass rush. By
Yeah.
the way, I love Rayshawn Gary, big Michigan guy, but holy crap, dude. You can't go around the end because you can't get up the middle on every single pass rush. Like you're taking the longest route to the quarterback. I don't know exactly everything about football, but I know you got to take the longest route. And Caleb Williams, he was running, and Caleb Williams is a pretty quick dude. You're not going to catch him.
No, they were feeding into that. They saw it
Yeah.
on tape. I expect that to be different.
I think they
That's on
definitely
Jeff
baited him
too.
into
To be
it.
honest with you, like maybe Jeff needs to start moving him around a little bit.
That's
and
what
these are
I'm
things-
thinking.
and-
Maybe an outside linebacker, inside.
And these are
Move around a
things.
little bit.
This is what I love too. So Jeff's a first-time coordinator.
Yeah, he's going to
So-
learn throughout the season.
Pretty much what I'm guessing he's done is he's built his system, researched the success rate of specific points in his system, and has tried to focus on that at the start and he's building his own building off of that.
Well, I can absolutely believe that. You can see it from week to week. He has a different game plan for every team.
And he gets beat on something one week, and it's not something we're continuously seeing them get beat on, which is something different, right? Every week you come in and you're like, run up the middle, run up the middle. While the run is difficult for us at times, A.E. Swift, we're figuring it out as pieces are going. So LaFleur not being in consideration for Coach of the Year is befuddling to me, if we're being honest. I think just the success of the two other teams probably are outweighing it. I think he's maybe top 15, top 10 odds. But
I would assume probably Harbaugh is probably up there. Maybe the Lions coach is up there.
Right now it's Mike Tomlin.
Oh, Tomlin, if I could see that one.
Dan Campbell, number 2.
Well, I would assume.
And then Harbaugh, number
Andy
3.
Reid. Yeah.
Harbaugh was number 3. Dan Quinn.
Oh, Quinn.
I think is
Sanders.
4 or 5.
Those make sense. You got a rookie quarterback, and you guys are playing your asses off. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell's on that list. Who else? No, I can't remember. I'll bring it up tomorrow.
Sad thing is,
so how do we feel about
O'Connell as it is the defense, but
Flores, yeah.
The more I watch the guy, the more I want to interview him and want to talk to him, just pick his brain.
So there was a point made with Eberflus that I've never connected, and I feel foolish.
Hit me with it.
When it comes to head coaches and whatnot, but the ability to have the game call in your hands, how significant that is. To be able to make that call, offensively or defensively. I never realized how significant of a quality that is for a head coach. Just because anybody can call plays, and anybody can build a game plan. But to be able to, in that moment, either make a mistake and learn from it, or trust your gut and go with it, and for it to be right. There are many coaches right now struggling with this.
Apparently, he didn't learn his lesson because he just submitted evidence to the NFL that the Green Bay Packers were over the center, used the center to leap up above. It's never going to pass. Why? It's never a call has never been overturned. And by the way, the game wouldn't be overturned because of it. By the way, anyway, they would have to replay it with a penalty. And they're not ever going to, and NFL is never going to do that, ever.
No.
So why do you submit stupidity?
Because if you don't, you get fired?
I guess. Who submits that? The films guy?
I don't know. Yeah. The films guy probably sends it up.
And the sad thing is this happens on just about every play, every kick.
There's calls missed on every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that mentioned.
The funny thing is even if it was that guy that he used the guy's leverage, the other guy's hand was right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
They both blocked the kick. So the kick was going to be blocked regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, even listening to all the players at the presser. If you want to get mad at anyone, just be mad at your head coach. You should have ran another play. But the way the team has played this season, I don't blame him for not running another play. I don't.
Yeah, we have an opportunity with he's one of the best kickers in the NFL.
Yeah,
it's just his
season.
trajectory is just barely over the fucking. Phew, he likes to kick him low,
and he didn't miss this one. It was dead center.
Yeah,
it was blocked.
It was blocked. It was tipped. Yeah.
It was blocked. Sometimes the other team just makes a fucking play, man. It was like
I like that Tom Brady says, wait a minute, we might get a block kick like we had in the Denver game right before the play happens. And what happens 10 seconds later? Green Bay blocks a kick.
You started hearing all the players, too, and that's what they were saying. They were expecting a block this week.
That's because of Bisaccia. Apparently, they said that his trajectory on his kicks was low, so they were practicing it. He said, I wouldn't be surprised if we blocked a kick this week. Interesting. Now, Green Bay is a 1.5-point home favorite versus the 49ers this week.
And that has everything to do with how they played. Packers are favored on the money line.
Yeah, they're favored on the money line 2.5. It opened at 1.5, so it's basically a pick 'em.
If money's coming in on Green Bay, get it as closer.
The money's
it comes.
coming in on Green Bay, yes.
Yeah, the closer it comes. Over unders 47.5.
Yep, that's what I got as well.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I expect Green Bay to win this game.
I would love to be at 8-3 going into the old Turkey Day.
And it's almost a mini bye, to be honest with you, because I think we play. Oh
no, they play Thanksgiving. Yeah, they played Miami.
They play Thursday. They play the Dolphins Thursday. That'll be fun. And then they play the Lions Thursday. And then Sunday night football. And then Monday night football. So it's 3 games in 11 days. I think that's what it was.
Like I said, I'll be happy with 2-1.
Yeah.
Over those 3 games, we're 1-0 right now. I'll be happy if they're 2-1, but I really want 3-0.
Yeah. I don't. Just looking at the numbers, seeing the field, looking at how the 49ers have been playing this year.
They're offensively, they're beaten up. Their offensive line.
Yeah. And defensively, they're not the same team as years past.
No, it's almost like they're older or tired, or like you said. Is it starting
3
to catch
straight
up?
years playing in the holiday seasons, bro. Which is up to everyone.
No Bosa, no Givens. George Kittle is questionable. You got Williams out, Trent Williams. You get the best tackle in football not playing. That hurts.
And you got just young, hungry guys coming from that right side right now, dude. With Preston out.
If they do not try to attack Purdy, I'm not a little bit upset. I'll be really upset.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more digging for tomorrow's show. I want to see what Purdy's numbers are this season when he's blitzed and he's having to run out of the pocket. Those are pretty significant numbers. Texans did it to old Geoff the other day and got him to throw 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Just couldn't figure out how to play the football game in the second half. Nico Collins is back.
That's a football team that I think we really need to deep dive into. What the hell's wrong with them is the Texans.
Second-year quarterback slump.
That or coaching mistakes too.
Probably second-year coaching slump. Yeah. There's a lot of second-year mistakes on that football team. Yeah, we can hit that Tuesday. So I like Green Bay to win this one.
I would say Green Bay 30-23.
Yeah,
37, 30-24. Might not even be that high. Might be like
24 points if Jordan Love throws an interception. 17 points if he doesn't throw an interception. I mean, because our defense is, I mean, if you take the offense mistakes away, outside of that Lions game, giving up the 2 4th down plays in the red zone, our defense has been tight. Given up less than, we're talking defense, not the offense fucked off with the ball and gave them in this terrible position, right? Yeah. Defensively, Green Bay has done really well. I'm very excited about this football team, man. I don't have a lot of... The weird thing is I feel the same way this year that I did last year. We're a great football team. I think we're gaining a lot of experience. I don't expect much if and when it comes to the playoffs, though.
No. I don't have high expectations for them to go have a deep run this year, future.
Yeah. But in 30-17, I like that. I like 30-17. And that tells me we're ready. We're getting there. We're getting right. I think offensively we should be putting up 30 points with Jacobs.
Getting rid of Smith raised the age or lowered the average age of the team by almost like half a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's I said.
We're
learning.
Really young.
We're gaining experience. I got to give credit to the head coach. I do, man. Week after week, we do.
First year defensive coordinator. It's not easy.
We're 7-3.
Not easy.
No, first year defensive coordinator, one of the youngest, if not the youngest football team. Lots of confidence, lots of learning, and we're 7-3.
Yeah,
positives. We're right where we thought we were going to be at the start of the season.
I'm pretty sure if we roll it back, we said 8-2, 7-3.
Yeah. On the higher optimistic side, we were 8-2.
8-2, yeah.
9-1, I think it was. But the realistic side, we were 8-2, 7-3. 7-3, 8-2. We're winning football games.
Yeah.
We're a young team winning football games. I think we get this 49ers monkey off our back. This is the NFC North. This isn't the NFC West anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this season is the NFC North season. We're getting this 49ers monkey off our back. Our defense is going to come out hungry.
The NFL NFC divisional is going to have to go through one of the teams in the NFC North. Whether that be Detroit, whether that be Minnesota, whether that be Green Bay, it's going to be a juggernaut till the end. And I guarantee you, one of those teams will probably be in the Super Bowl or in the NFC Championship game, one or the other.
The ugly fact.
I'm not going to say Super Bowl. I guess I'm not going to guarantee any team would be in the Super Bowl, but
the ugly fact in my mind is if we beat the Lions on Thursday night, not this
week.
2 weeks
through. The Thursday night game, yeah.
I believe our chances of beating them in the playoffs are less than if they were to beat us at home.
That's because it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
I think the odds of beating a team 3 times in a row in a season, I think the only team to do it is Kansas City.
Yeah. So with that, of course, that's sitting right now, seeing what happened the game prior, and even still, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard because I'm a Packer fan, so.
I know. We try to hold it on our sleeve as much as we can, but sometimes
because the Lions are playing really good football.
Yeah.
So.
But
turns out they lost another dude though to a broken bone. Anzalone.
Yeah, he came out on his Twitter or whatever, and he told all the fans, "Thank you so much for the well wishes and stuff. I'll be back. Don't worry, this isn't season or career ending. They might be back in the playoffs or something like that." So yeah. We'll see. Good for the Lions fans representing, but
maybe they should drink more milk.
Beaten up. Yeah.
They should drink more milk.
Yeah.
They got farmlands in Michigan.
Yeah, Gilbert's.
I got lots of farms in Michigan. I'm just saying, drink some more milk. Best wishes to y'all, though. So we both like the Packers in this one. We're both comfortable with 30. Ooh, Big Mike's on the TV right now. Both comfortable with the 30 burger. I do the 49ers at 24. I just saying it out loud makes me a little uncomfortable.
It comes down to a late mistake or a field position issue or a fumble or maybe going for it, missed field goal.
Yeah, I think offensively, if we play like we can be, not who we've been, I really like that. But man, Jacobs has been man. I'm just loving what I'm seeing from that dude. I'm so happy he came to the Green Bay Packers and Xavier McKinney too.
All right, let's just talk about it for 1 second.
Yeah,
the fact that he's running down the field, barreling down the field, and he goes to the guy, he points out the defender, and he's like, "Come on, bring it," and he runs the dude right over. That is the guy that you've been talking about the entire season that said, "This dude's a dog. This guy wants to beat people up." And guess what? He was irritated that they weren't feeding him the ball at the end of the game. Yeah. That's the kind of guy you want on your team. Yeah. Yeah. And the more it happens, the more he's going to be fed. Yeah. And it's just, it's fantastic. There's going to be a game this year, whether it's against the Lions, the Vikings. It's going to be a divisional game. I feel like that they're going to rely on him to just carry the load. Because, dude, Love only threw the ball like 17 times. Yeah, he didn't throw much. Dude, we got a $250 million quarterback throwing the ball 17 times. I think that's where the fans were starting to question the comfortability with Jordan Love throwing the ball, and it's. I don't think you guys are wrong. Interception in every fucking game so far. Yeah. So yeah, I get why he's only throwing the ball 17 times, but that right there, that's the number us as fans need to focus on. Yeah. I think 17 is the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. You are not having Jordan Love throw the ball less than 17 times. We're not going to win very many football games throwing the ball less than 17 times. Look at this with the glass half full type deal. If your quarterback, doesn't matter what team it is only throwing the ball 17 times, you're either A, you're whooping ass by running the ball, or B, you're losing and getting your ass beat because you're sacking and you're punting. Yeah. Yeah. And we're 7-3. So yeah. I think as the eyes and the body stop betraying the mind, or vice versa, whatever one's happening with Jordan Love, because I believe that's one of those trifectas. Mind over matter, you got to get over it at some point. Yep.
we'll see those numbers jump up. Where I want to see Jordan Love is more around 24. And where I want to see in the carries company for Jacobs is between 17 and 24.
Yes, Jordan Love, please get 4 more rushing yards so people can shut the fuck up about Aaron Rodgers having 4 more rushing yards this year than Jordan Love.
That old bastard runs for his life.
I know,
Of course
that's what-
he's got more rushing yards. He's got a terrible
He's been sacked
offensive
more.
line.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, just run the fucking ball a little bit more. Yeah, man. I'm Tucker Kraft too, man. I felt so bad for him when he turned around and saw that ball was intercepted. He was like, "Fuck."
Well, it's like, what were you supposed to do? You're
I
up
know,
13 feet in the air,
but
dude. You know.
he's such a fucking team guy, man. I'll probably be getting me a Kraft jersey.
There you
Turns
go.
out I'm also a fan of macaroni and cheese made by a company named Kraft.
You should just have a. That's what you should do. Get a sports card and just freaking tape his sports card to a craft box and have it in the background.
Yeah, I'm going to. I've got his card.
There you go.
I buy one of those fucking.
Get a second year card. Don't put a rookie card on there. That's blasphemy. Make sure it's one of those 10 centers,
All right,
you know.
man. I'm gonna shield it and rookie it, bro.
I want you to do that. If you got a card, do it tomorrow. Find an empty craft box or dig through somebody else's trash and find one. I don't know.
Just go to the store, man. I
Yeah.
got one.
There you go. 33 cents or 50 cents, whatever it is.
Oh, that's too good. All right, bro. See this? You got anything else?
Nope. Don't forget your top 5 Green Bay Packers of all time for tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, no.
I got something lined up for this. We're going to build a super team with our 5 players as our core unit. Every week for the next week, we have to draft one from each other's team.
All right,
We're going to
cool.
create our own super team. We'll pick
I'm excited.
we'll start with our 5 team or our 5 players from these teams. Next week, we'll all get assigned randomly a team. And by the end of the season, we're going to have a super team.
Neat. Hey, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Yeah. That's exciting. Alrighty. Well, if you ain't got anything else, man, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate the show. I appreciate all of our listeners. Fans first. I appreciate them. Shout out Fans First. Wonderful people. And just holiday seasons are coming up. Check on your neighbor. Be that smiling face everyone needs to see. And remember, all of us here love you more.